Welcome to The Guide. It's what you should know for where you want to go, what you didn't know for where you are, and what you can prevent from what you could learn. So why not learn from each other, together, here on The Guide.
My name is Lindasson. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario. Grew up in Caldwell on the west side of Ottawa. I audio engineer, I make beats, so I produce, and I also record. So I'm a recording artist. My passion for music began, I'll say 2 years ago when I started making beats. I've always had a love for music, like just listening to it and having rhythm and just being around music. But like my passion for making music finally started growing like 2 years ago. It's kind of hard to say, it just felt right, to be honest. Like it just felt good, and I felt like I was doing something productive. You know, something I could see myself doing in the long run, from 5 years to 10 years from now.
To tell you the truth, I don't know who to try. To tell you the truth, I got trouble with law. Pretty little thing, huh? Anti-social, I can't speak. I'm from the West, we had nothing to eat. Late night in the van, we still eat. My blood or my brother, whatever it be. Beat up the pot with a side of.
So not only are you an artist, but you are also a producer. So talk to us about this producer side of yours.
So producing, making music, it kind of, I like to say, came by accident. I wasn't really doing the music thing throughout like high school, and although my coach pushed me into doing it in grade 9, he was like, "Yo, try doing things to get you out of your comfort zone." You know what I mean? Take classes that you won't be able to take after high school, college. Like experience things, meet people that you would never get to meet if you didn't take these classes. So he was like, "Try music out." So I tried it on 9th grade. It was like a little production class, and then it was cool and all, but like my head in high school was like, "Let's go to the NBA," because I was just playing basketball. All my friends was playing basketball, so I never really like dabbled into music.
Yeah.
But then, I graduated high school. I was in America playing basketball in Wyoming. And then 2 years, I came back home. I was taking care of my sister, and I was at the crib. I was going to Algonquin, going to school at Algonquin, taking business. And then I was on the basketball team as well. But at the same time, I was like playing around with the laptop and stuff. And then I started like music even more. But music has always been a part of like my family culture. Like it's always played in the house. My mom used to have music playing, God bless her soul. Always music was playing on Sundays, cleaning the crib throughout the week, because we had surround sound in the crib. Old school, new school, everything was playing in the crib. And then, what's it called? It was my third year at Algonquin. Yeah, it was my first year at Algonquin, my third year in studies after high school.
Yeah.
I started like just playing around on the road and away games on a laptop, just like making beats with FL Studios. And then me and my homies just got it. We split half and we bought the subscription for the legit FL Studios. And we were just playing around with it, trying to make something out of nothing, basically. And that's how it came about. Started making beats.
This was recently, or this was when you were younger?
Like music didn't come about. Like me making music, listening to music was younger. It was always younger. I always used to listen to music. I had a good ear for music. Like I had rhythm. I couldn't dance as a youth. My mom used to
couldn't dance?
Nah, I had no
but
rhythm.
You're cultured.
When I was a kid, my mom said I danced like I don't know, bro. I can't even talk about it right now. But I just couldn't. I had no rhythm when I was a younger. But then I started developing it later.
Yeah.
With basketball, and I just getting in tune with my rhythm and my side of music.
Yeah.
But then my third year of college is when I started dabbling into the production side of things, and I actually liked it. I didn't know I was gonna like it. I was just bored. I'm like, yo, I play basketball. Basketball's cool though, but I feel like I like music. Let me try out production and stuff like that. So I started making beats and then watching YouTube videos, and then I ended up just locking myself in my room for a couple months.
You basically taught yourself.
Yeah, I taught myself how to use the program. I taught myself how to make beats, and taught myself how music works in terms of like the first 8 bars intro, and you have the hook, and then the verse and the bridge and all that stuff, just by like just YouTube. The best teacher out there, if you, in my opinion, Google and YouTube.
That's crazy. You know, you're talking a lot about your producer, obviously, because I asked you about your producing side, but when was the point when you realized that you actually wanted to get into being an artist?
That was never in the plan, to be honest. Because I'm not the guy, I don't really like the limelight. I don't like attention. Like I was the guy on the basketball court. Whenever I got hurt, I was right off the court. Like, I was never the type to stay on the court, my ankle. I was running to the change room. I don't want nobody looking at me. So like the artist thing kind of happened when like my cousin's at my crib. My cousin SK, he was always around me and stuff with the music and stuff. And I started making beats, so I was doing the beat thing first. Then my friends were like, yo, you might as well just make a studio in the crib. Start recording the homies and stuff. So I got like a little makeshift mic, and then I had a little makeshift studio in my crib, and then I started recording the homies. And then I started liking it, and then I started like learning how to mix. So, like, YouTube, Google. Learn how to mix, teach myself with the art of mixing, and just like just messing things up. I started messing things up, and then getting the rhythm of doing that, and then just learning from what's right, from what's wrong, just by listening to my mixes and compared to other people's mixes. And that was before like me making music, so I was really just making beats and then recording my friends and trying to make the things sound good that they made. So
And with time, that's when...
Yeah, with time, and then my cousin's like, yo, bro, you have a mic in your house. If I were you, I'd be recording myself all the time. Every day, I wake up, record, make one song, hook or at least something, you know what I mean? And you got a little ass kid voice too, like you had puberty yet type shit. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. So I'm gonna try to start recording myself. And then one day, I remember it was like Valentine's Day last year. I was like in my boxers. I didn't even leave my room.
Last year?
Yeah, like last year. It's been like a year and a couple months now. That
Since you've actually been an artist?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, okay.
So like I started making beats like 2 years ago, 2 years ago.
That's quick.
To be exact. And then I started mixing like a year ago, a year and a half ago, and then I started like recording myself like after half another year. So I've been like putting music out consistently. Not even consistently, like I started putting music out like a year ago.
Little by little,
Little by little, just like testing the waters and stuff like that. Cause I didn't know what I wanted to do in terms of music yet. I want to rap or sing, but I always like, I'm a melody guy. I like melodies and stuff like that. And I like singing along to things. So that's like where I got the melodies from and stuff like that. So I started making music cause my cousin basically said, yo, just try it out. And I tried it out and it was like low-key fun. And I found it as like a therapeutic outlet in terms of like life, because life gets rough sometimes. I used to use basketball as an outlet with dealing with things going on in life, but then basketball kind of was not serious when I came back. So like music kind of said move to the side a little bit. Let me take his workload off his head. You feel me? Help him take care of his.
And you also went. That's awesome. You also went into school, right? You went to
and then that happened by accident too. Like I was starting to engineer people and mix people's work, and I started working with Leah Cloud, that's another artist from Ottawa. And then one day, because she was going to a school called Terra, the Audio Recording Academy on Raven Street. And with that, she had said that she has stool time and she could have somebody come over and record her, like her engineer and stuff like that. So that's when I started going with her to that. And then I met her, the owner of the school, Shannon. And then she gave me a good pitch of the school. And the only reason why I wasn't like thinking about going to school is because I had to work and take care of the crib. So I didn't really have enough time to like put work to the side because I had to pay rent at the same time. But with the school, it was very fortunate that it was a very flexible program. So I was able to work around work, and go to school and work and then do my own thing at the same time. So she made it work out for me. I was able to go to school and actually get legit certified for audio engineering.
I think that's really awesome. It's crazy that, you know, in such a short amount of time that you like discovered that you wanted to pursue music. And literally just recently, earlier this year, you dropped 3 singles. You have Lovely Soul, you have Toronto Freestyle, and you also have Fendi Fact, which I really like because it's super catchy. Why did you drop those 3 songs all at once? Like, how did you manage to?
Basically, if you didn't know, I actually put out music already like a year ago, but it was under a different name. It was under Bali X. Now I'm Lindasson.
You changed your name?
Yeah, I changed my name. So basically, I had music out already with my friend Kevy. His name is Kevy Presley. He makes music as well.
Raquel, I'm hitting up doofy, that's ball out. Whoever you hate, them my ops now. 40 late mic, cause it knock out.
We was just dabbling with the music stuff, and we started recording, and we just put out a tape, and people started to like it. And then like the singles came about, like I had told a friend of mine, AP is a classmate of mine at Terra. We went to the same school.
If I fall, would you fall with me? Cause I've been rolling in the city where you can't trust no more.
And he made beats and stuff, and then one day he just sent me a beat, and that was a Lovely Soul beat. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. And I'm gonna go to the studio and record it. And it literally just came out as it was. I didn't like pre-rehearse anything like that. Cause I don't write, I'm not really, I wish I could write. I wish I had that talent, but it's hard. Every time I write, like, I feel like I'm pre-doing it, and it doesn't feel like natural.
You're doing it off your head.
I don't like freestyle the whole thing, but I do bar for bar. Like I'll do a hook, I'll do bar for hook. And the benefit to that for me, I kind of had like a handicap. I mean, I had an advantage over other people because I had a studio in my house. So I could literally like just kick it in the house.
And make your
2
music.
bars, do a hook and kick it, go play 2K, watch Netflix, chop it up with my little sister, chop it up with the homies, FaceTime a homie, and then get back to the music. Like I didn't have to worry about time. So like, with Lovely Soul, I literally just listened to it, and I had a melody, and I just laid 2 bars down. And then I added 2 more, and then 2 more. Took a break, ate, cooked it, watched Netflix, came back, finished it. And then I ended up actually liking it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna mix it. And then I mixed it. Then I went about putting it out. And then Fendi Fact in Toronto, Toronto was in Toronto with a friend of mine, Callum. His name's Sierra. He makes beats too. I was staying at his crib for a bit. It was me and Kevin. And we was, same thing. We didn't have no idea what we were gonna make. Sierra played like 3 beats. And that was the first one I liked. We loaded it up and we started like recording, punching in, going back and forth. And then, and then with Fendi Fact, I had made the beat. It was for somebody else, the beat. I don't remember who it was for, but it was for somebody else that was making a beat to make a beat. Then I had a crazy melody in my head. And I'm like, yo, I need to get out of my system before it's too late. So I made the beat quick, I loaded it up into Pro Tools and then I started recording.
Yeah.
I started making I made Fenny Fact. And then I'm
Fenny
like,
Fact was that was the most recent one.
Yeah, that's the most recent one. And it's funny because like all these songs are like, they're not old, but like they're like earlier on in the year. So like towards last year and early on this year. But it's new to everybody because they haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Me is old because I've played it every day while I'm by myself at the crib. My sister
those.
knows it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've just been playing it. So like it's old to me, but it's still new to other people. But like in the meantime, I think it was a good thing that I went about it that way. It's because I had those singles out in the vault and then I was recording at the same time. So I just had a whole catalog, just recording to record, not recording to put things out, just recording because I like recording music generally. So that's when I started doing the music thing, and then I started recording my own things, and then I started racking up a vault. And the next thing I knew, I had like 30 songs, and I'm like, I'm gonna put out music that's new to other people that I recorded a long time ago, because it's gonna look like I've been growing. You know what I mean? So I just keep recording, and then I just put things out, and kind of like it's like a scheme. I don't know. So I try to keep it consistent. I'll disappear, but I'm not disappearing not working. I'm disappearing and recording. Not really on social.
I think that's actually super, super interesting about you. One thing that I always say and that I actually admire about you is your flow. I feel like your flow is so original. It's so different. I need to know, how did you find yourself? Like, how did you find that identity in the music field? You know, it's very competitive doing music. So how were you able to find your own style when it comes to making your own music?
So what's it called? Because like I said earlier, I was really big on the YouTube and Google and everything. So like, when I started making beats, I used to Google like Southside, cook-up sessions, all these guys in ATL cooking up. And then with mixing, I used to Google like Alex Toomey, mixing session tutorials, and like this, with mixing and masters, watch videos. And then with like the music, with the recording, like finding my sound, I used to just like watch like Young Thug sessions or like Lil Durk sessions, and just find anybody's sessions online I could find and just watch and study. Like I'm a big like student of the game of music. The same thing with basketball. It's funny, I basically transferred my efforts to basketball into the music. The same hustle, the same effort I put into the basketball stuff, I transferred it to the music. So like I studied it, so I'm watching artists how they work in the studio, because Ottawa, with it being so small, there's not many people doing music. And there's not many studios I can just hop into and watch people work. So it's like, I'm just at my house, I gotta make use of it. Like give me lemons, I'm like, I'm gonna make lemonade with YouTube.
That's fine.
So I started watching Young Thug, started watching like Lil Durk, anybody I could find basically, and I started getting the art of like punching in, because I used to write, but it didn't come out as I expected it to come out. So when I started seeing how they did, I'm like, yo, it feels like it's more natural, like it's more in the moment, and you get a feeling from the beat. So I started doing that, and then with that, I started being myself and getting unique, and just getting like freaky with like the way I say things, the way I pronounce things, with the bars and everything like that, in terms of like music, just trying to be different, be myself at the same time. It's really about just being myself. I was just being myself,
and that's how it should be.
Exactly. And not worrying about what people have to think about it.
Earlier you actually mentioned how you were making music under a different name, Bali, but now you go by Lindasson. Why did you decide to change your name?
So basically with the music thing, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it as of yet. But then I was like, I want to do it for real. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, whether it's gonna be engineering or producing or me recording myself, but I love all three of them. And I make time for all three of them. But I was like, yo, if I'm gonna do this music thing legitly and start putting music out, I wanna put it out with my mother attached to the name. So everybody sees my mom's name. Because she had passed 2016, she had passed 2016, and that's when I came home from basketball and started taking care of my sister and stuff. It was just us two in the crib. So I'm like, yo, if I'm living, I want my mom to live through me. And if she's gonna live through me with life, I want her to live through me with the music. So I was like, what's a cool name to like keep me and my mom joined in terms of like the music? And I was like, Linda, her name's Linda's, and I was like, I'm her only son, so I'm like, Linda's son. I'm like, yo, it has a nice ring to it. Looks cool, and it's genuine and it's authentic. So I was like, yo, Linda's son, I'm gonna run with it. Linda's son, Linda's son, however you wanna spin it. As long as it comes out as Linda's son, that's how it is. So like, it's basically my mom's name living through me, through the music. It's good vibes.
That's crazy. You're young yourself, so what I'm understanding from what you're saying is that you're basically taking care of you and your sister alone, and also producing music. How are you managing all of that all together?
I mean, my sister's not so little, but like she's always gonna be little to me. She's of age now. She's like she's 21, so she's of age. She's old, but like still my little sister. I'm 24. I'm 24, going on 25, and I just started doing the music thing like 3 years ago, but I don't think it's too late. I just felt like it was right. It happened the way it's supposed to happen for a reason. Like, I don't try to rush God's work. I'm a believer in the man above. So like, I was thinking like it happened for a reason. It happened now because it was the time for it to happen.
Exactly.
It's like juggling it. Like, I try to make time for everything because I produce and I mix people's music and I do my own. Like I put time aside. So like 1 week I'll just mix, and then 1 week I'll just make beats, and then one week I'll just record and like not respond to anybody and just make music. But at the same time, I do it at my crib, so I'm always around my sister. So like she's watching me do these things. Yeah. And then she always see me working. So I had family time at the crib with my sister, and she's listening to the music and she has input. And then she started writing. So like I feel like it opened discussions in the house, helped open discussions about like topics.
It just became a norm for you guys.
Yeah, it became a norm. Like coming downstairs and they see me make music, coming home late at night, see me make music, and see me go to work, coming back, make music. And at work, I had a benefit because I do security. So I was doing security, and then I basically brought my laptop to work, and I was just making beats overnight. Come back in the morning, take a nap, make music, record, go to work, make beats. And you know what I mean?
It's really your passion, like you're grinding.
Yeah, it's part of it's a lifestyle, and like I don't do it because other people like it. I just do it because it keeps me sane.
For you, that's awesome.
I do it because it keeps me sane. Like if nobody liked it, I'll still probably be doing it because
that's crazy.
It's for me. That's at the end of the day, it's for me and my people. It's the vibes that I give to my sister and like my friends at home. Yeah. And everybody's supporting it, so I'm lit.
That's awesome. You know, on your journey to being the artist that you envision yourself to be, you're literally 2 years in now. Have you faced any challenges yet while you were in this, you know, chasing your dream?
Challenges? Yeah. I would say it's like has to do with like the last question you asked in terms of like time management. So like I had to grow up. Since a young age I had to grow up fast, being the man in the crib. It's just me, my mom, my sister. I had to be organized. Like with this music thing, I had to take the same approach. Yeah. In terms of like, cause I mix people's work and I record people, and I do my own thing. I mix and record my own self, make my own beats, and I'm at the crib. So like I had to start using my calendar. It's really just time management. I had trouble like managing everything and making time for things. But as soon as I started using my phone smartly, like using the calendars and reminders, I started getting a better grasp of how to handle like this whole like this music thing in terms of life and music. Just by being punctual and being consistent with like my keeping up to date with my calendar and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the biggest challenge so far, just time management.
Yeah, I think that the one thing that I admire about artists in general is that there's always a reason that's fueling you to, you know, continue on no matter what happens. And I want to know, what is your why? Like, why do you feel like, you know, just like you said, you just mentioned, you know, like even if nobody was to listen to your music, you would still be making music.
My why is like the same reason I play basketball. Like there's a lot of things going on in life, and you can only control two things in your life: is your attitude and your work ethic. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do something that's productive instead of negative. You know what I mean? Because I'm a strong believer in good karma. So I'm like, I'm gonna do something productive. I'm gonna go help other people. That's why I did basketball, because I felt like I could be around people the same as me, work hard and lead by example with effort. By my example, you know what I mean? Yeah. So with the music, I was like, yo, it's productive and it's a positive thing to do. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and not be outside as much and just stay in my house and make music. So that's my why. My why is basically because it's therapeutic. It helps me stay sane. Yeah. It helps me talk about things the way I'm feeling about things. Yeah. Because like the way I record is just authentic. It's like how I'm feeling in the moment. So I feel like it helps me come to peace and helps me make amends with things that I've encountered throughout the week or throughout the day, and like just how I'm feeling in the moment. It's like a therapeutic session. It's like my therapist, basically. That's my why, because sometimes everybody has a form of therapy, and that's mine, is speaking to the mic.
Agreed. That's how it should be. You've been moving really, really fast. Actually, I shouldn't even say really, really fast, but 2 years for me is quick for somebody that's able to. You taught yourself how to produce. You taught yourself how to make music. I want to know, you know, in 5 years from now, where do you see yourself going with this music? Like, when we say Lindasson, who are we looking at in 5 years from now?
You're gonna see me somewhere working with either whatever lane it is. It's gonna be producing for some of the biggest artists, or for myself. It's gonna be in the studio recording and mixing some of the biggest artists' music, or making music with myself, my own music with the biggest artists, and giving back to the community in my neighborhood that I grew up in, Caldwell. I'm probably looking to create an outlet for kids to stay out of trouble in terms of like something positive. So I'm thinking about like building a studio in the neighborhood so kids could go there and just find an outlet for themselves to be better people, or just to talk, or just have fun, you know what I mean? To meet new people, get out the comfort zone and just act fun, have fun. And then basically just being in the neighborhood, making music with some of the best artists in the world and just being a better me, you know what I mean? Being that model my mom tried to mold me into, that person mom tried to mold me into, and just exceed with it and touch a lot of people. I'm really just trying to be prolific.
That's honestly, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. You know, somebody might be watching this and having the same experience as you and wanting to pursue music, but maybe they are not pursuing music. Do you have any advice that you could give to somebody?
Somebody trying to do music, I feel like if you like music, you should do music because you like it. And you shouldn't do it because your friends like it or your friends think it's cool. I feel like you have to be yourself. Even if music's not your thing, whatever it is, it could be basketball, soccer, hockey, it could be ping pong, you know what I mean? Tennis. Just do it, you know what I mean? Just do it because it relieves your stress, it makes you feel happy, and it's genuine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then at the same time, be prolific and be mindful to others, you know what I mean? Because everybody has their own story to tell and everybody's going through things in life, so like don't be too hard on other people. And just keep your head down and don't be like, don't be what's it called? Don't be fazed by pressure and hard times, because that's what's gonna come along with the music thing. With anything in life, basketball, music, whatever, it's gonna be hard times, adversity, and hills you have to overcome. So like just keep your head down and going through them, because there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like with music, it's a dark tunnel for a lot of people for a long time. Yeah. And it's the people who keep the effort and the consistency and persistence with doing it, they end up seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And like making something out of nothing, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I think it's I'm so happy to have had the time to actually speak to you. I feel like I know more of you now. You're not just an artist, but you have a big, big story behind it. And I'm so happy that I was able to get to know you a little bit more. And I'm actually excited for what the future holds for you. And the advice you gave was so amazing. But that is it for our interview today. And we will see you guys in our next interview. Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Raquel. Thank you so much for tuning into The Guide. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos you do not want to miss out.